Hi, everybody. This is Marc for Marc's Drunken Recap for Big Apple Hockey. I forgot completely to set up all of the chyrons. Wow. What an idiot. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I did. I got it all. See, you know what? I'm sorry. This is why you shouldn't do this, especially right after the Rangers win, and especially while you're doing this. Hey, everybody. That's a survivor shot. And you know what? I was doing this before. No quit in New York. No quit in New York. So wondering if the TV is going to go on right behind me. Otherwise, it's just going to look like I'm in front of a blank canvas. But guys, I can't believe they survived that night. I really can't believe it because I thought the Rangers were dead in the water as much as definitely all of you did. 35 minutes of absolute horrendous hockey, and we're going to recap the entire thing. We'll start off with the Pittsburgh Penguins scoring on getting a 5-on-3 24 seconds into the game. That's two penalties on one play, and a 2-minute 5-on-3, and they don't get anything out of it. But 5 minutes into the game, Jake Guentzel gets behind the net, banks the puck over Igor Shesterkin when he gets a little bit too aggressive. I can now see myself right behind myself, and God, that guy looks good. Anyway, so Jake Guentzel banks it in, similar to the way I think it was Sveshkov at Carolina did that. The book is out on Igor Shesterkin. If he's out of the net, they know they can bank it off him into the net. There you go. So, but Igor had a solid night. I'm going to get more to him in a minute. But the Rangers show no signs of life in the first period. Chris Letang scores on the first Penguin shot of the second period. I mean, how much worse could it possibly get for the New York Rangers? Well, Trouba got away with a high hit on Sidney Crosby. If you don't see it on the replay, his elbow is definitely up there. Crosby does kind of go down a little bit. Honestly, I hope he's okay because I want the Rangers to win the series if they beat Crosby. I don't want Crosby to be injured. Nobody does. Anyway, but the Rangers show no signs of life for 35 minutes of the game. And then what happens? Adam Fox gets the puck at the blue line, fires it towards the net. Bang. 2-1. Then Capocacco behind the net finds Alexei Lafreniere, and he deposits it. 2-2. Everything's looking the Rangers' way. Jacob Trouba comes in. He scores. The Rangers get 3 goals in 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and they were dead in the water for most of that game. So what happens? Well, you know what? Every hockey coach that I've ever had, and ones that you know, they'll always tell you the same thing, that the next shift after a goal is scored is what's important. The Rangers built 3 straight shifts to lead the goals. And what happens? Igor Shesterkin makes a mistake, and Jake Guentzel ends up with a puck in the slot and ties the game 13 seconds after the Rangers took the lead, taking the wind out of the sails. Look, I'll say this for Igor. He was actually pretty strong in net tonight. He looked a little bit more like the Igor Shesterkin we saw the entire season, not the Igor Shesterkin who we saw the last couple games, the one who was sliding too much, overcompensating for goals. But don't need to worry about that because after all, the Rangers won. Why? Because of that man, Igor Shesterkin. And I am about to get some company right here. Why are you all sitting at the table adjacent to me? You should be behind me to cheer. That's what you should be doing. All right. By the way, right now I'm at Timeout Cafe in Hicksville. It's around the block from my house. Love coming here. 2 of the best bartenders, Michelle and Nicole. and I got one of my best friends right here to watch the game. He's an Islander fan. He actually runs all things Islanders, but he doesn't really care whether or not we win or lose. Anyway, the New York Rangers end up getting a power play in the third period, and Filip, you remember that guy that I think he had an event. I promised I wasn't going to bring up game one ever again. But Filip now had his moment. And now Filip has his game-winning goal. Maybe this is the start of something. We don't know. We'll find that out soon enough. But then going a little bit further into the game, Ryan Lindgren hits the empty net, and that's all she wrote. Igor makes a huge save on Evan Rodriguez on a rebound. And I still think it's Evan Rodriguez. I could have been Jake Guentzel. I don't know, because Bobble Schusen screams out any name. So I'm going to go back to the comments, see what you guys think about tonight. All the Rangers got to do is win one road game, and they're back home. So can they overcome a 3-1 deficit? It's tall order, but we're going to see about that. Let's see what you guys are saying right now. All right. Joe Mertz, hey, by the way, welcome to the show. I'm not sure if I saw you before, but does anyone think that hurt Sydney and was dirty? You know what? It looked a little bit high to me. I'll tell you that. It looked like, but the hard part about that is he was kind of falling down a little bit, and Trouba kind of extended the elbow. I don't like it. Look, they got away from that. Rick, great night for the kid line. You were 100% right, because that's exactly what the rate. Look, it's funny that we're talking about playoff experience in a series that playoff experience is at a premium. Well, you're not going to waive or anything? All right. Well, no, keep going. Get over here. All right. This is my friend John. You might know him from Live Over Par. He's also the head of all things Islanders, and he was here to watch this game with me. So, all right. I know it's all me. I know it is. But, which, by the way, my goal light is still going off. I got one of these goal lamps. It was one of the best feelings when I have this tied to, look, guys, I'm a Mets fan too. So the Mets were playing too. And when this went off, I looked up at the TV. The Mets didn't score. And I knew the Rangers did. And that was Lafreniere's goal. So, all right. But great night for the kid line. Yeah, they've been the best line the entire series for the New York Rangers. And yes, look, I said it earlier in the day on Big Apple Hockey's podcast that Mika Zibanejad has miscast as a matchup center. The Rangers need to go out in the offseason, find a matchup center. I thought at the trade deadline it was going to be Andrew Kopp. Andrew Kopp, I have no complaints about. I want Andrew Kopp back on this team this year. If you looked at my Twitter page, you know a center I don't want on this team. I'll give you a hint. His name rhymes with dome. And it's just this team is still alive. Still alive. That's what matters. Trash Panda, hey, that's the first time I've seen you. Welcome back. And by the way, Davey, I got to tell you, yeah, they were the Walking Dead against the Penguins, and then they came alive. This is the way you treat a third-string goalie. Get pucks off on him. Lauren, how you doing, man? God, what a game that is. What a game that is. Hold on, I got a friend of mine complaining about I have a friend of mine complaining about something. I can't say it on air. But still, let's keep going. Played a solid 26 minutes of hockey. Yes, Mike, they really did. A solid 26 minutes of hockey. And you know what the funny thing is? When you keep it close, that's just what you do. All right. Panthers 5. Wait, who ended up winning that game? I know it was tied 3-3. Throw it down for me. Even though I'm going to be going on these comments and everything. So, keep playing the kids. Absolutely. Keep playing the kids. By the way, Matt, half of your avatar, I agree with 100%. 13, Mike, you're right. 13 seconds. Look, Igor. Here's the thing. I was in a conversation with my brother about this. If I'm a forward and I know I got a goalie that plays the puck, when I played younger, I always wanted to be F1 or F2. F1 to force the play, F2 to read the play. And I can't tell you how many goals I got being F2 on that because goalies are so arrogant with that. This is probably the first time Igor Shesterkin has ever been, and I want to be clear, he's the best puck handling goaltender in the NHL. That's simple. But they're all prone to mistakes. Martin Brodeur is one of the best goalies of all time, and Team USA killed him in the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver. So let's keep going. All right. I don't want to mispronounce this, but Ray. You know what? This might be your first time commenting on one of these. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us because we love to expand our cult little by little. Kakko trying to get more than just a bridge deal. Yeah, you know what? I have been on record all the time. Look, if the New York Rangers gave up on Kaapo Kakko, they're going to regret it badly. He might be like the next Todd Bertuzzi. Like, that's how good I think he might be. And I mean, the good Todd Bertuzzi, not the neck-breaking one. So, all right, let's go to Rick. Still can't manage to play full 60 minutes? Yeah. But you know what? Part of it has to do with they couldn't crack the Penguins. And then suddenly they cracked the Penguins. And this time they cracked the Penguins and cracked them the rest of the game. The rest of the game was the Rangers. So, and goals are contagious and the kid line looks hungry? Yes. Goals are sort of like the greatest disease we all want to catch. So let's just keep on getting that down. Lindgren, best D-man tonight. You know what? One of my notes tonight was Patrick Nemeth is useless. Yep. So I'm going to move on from there. Wish Mika Zibanejad would start something. Yeah. Look, if there's anybody who needs to catch goal-itis, it's Mika Zibanejad. He desperately both needs it and deserves it. I was shocked when I saw skate out in the intro, but not play. Maybe they'll bring up Jones or something. You know what? I kind of said before that contracts might have to do something with this. So I don't want to get my hopes up. I do want to say this. If Jones should end up having to come up, so be it. Anybody, just anybody. I mean, I said it earlier on the afternoon weekly podcast that I would take a cone over Patrick Nemeth because after all, a cone won't high stick somebody and always stay in position. So there's one. I like this idea, Rick, because he should reward the kid line and start him in Game 6. They got the energy. Why not? Because Pittsburgh's gonna probably put the Carter line up against them. And it's not like they're going to put the Malkin line up there. Well, I'm not sure what that's referring to, but I probably forgot about it because, look, I'm operating on 6 beers and 4 shots. 4 shots? 5 shots right now. Now, by the way, I brought this drink in with me, No Quit New York. And you know something? One of the guys said it earlier. They'd have the audacity to use that No Quit New York. And you know something? There was no quit. They're right. They didn't quit tonight. I sure as thought it was going to happen. So cheers. Let's go. Let's go Rangers. All right. Al, by the way, Al, I haven't seen you in a while. Great game tonight. The tone was set. when they killed off that 5-on-3 in the first period. Yes, Ray Ferraro said it best. The killing off a 5-on-3 30 seconds in might be better than any hit they ever could get. Of course, the wind was taken out of their sails when Igor was just a little bit too far out of the net, and they were able to get it in there. Moving on. No, it took 5 games there for anyone to hit Crosby? Yup. Granny, always a pleasure. First of all, by the way, I love it that you guys are starting to play along in the comments with beer shot and buying everyone around. We need to do more of that because that's a great game. Can't believe nobody else ever bartended in the sports writer industry, but still. Yeah, Crosby's gotten away with a lot more. Just ask Marc what thought. All right. Shame that Adam Gray has checked. Shame that the ghost of Adam Gray has checked Crosby. Or Pez will say, yeah. By the way, follow C Sports. C Sports. Put your channel link in the comments because you know what? He does a great job with his stuff, and we're working on doing a crossover, doing me with him, and I can't wait for that. Can't wait for us to get together. So 3-2 Florida. All right. Because by the way, I got to in the series, but I got to tell you because that didn't look good for a while. They were down 3-1. Wyan Ringern, yeah, shows why exactly. You know, when I was on with Anthony before, we were talking about different guys to possibly put in there, and it's just I can't. Ryan Lindgren is a guy that you need to have in your lineup. All right, Panthers are up 3-2. I saw. No. Pens are winning the matchup. I don't think they were a joke. I think they're winning the matchup. That being said, by the way, we need to get something straight. I'm wearing my Alexei Lafreniere jersey tonight, but I am the president of the Chris Kreider fan club. Chris Kreider on a 4-on-1 shot a puck from outside the house. Chris Kreider has become a 50-goal scorer because he hasn't done that. I will go over that in my video about Chris Kreider's 50 goals, 50-plus goals now. But no, Chris Kreider does not shoot that puck from there. If you want to score on a 4-on-1 especially, you shouldn't be shooting it from there. 5-3 Cats, nice. Mike, we won, so I will ignore the suckiness of the night and focus on one more game. Yes. Because, by the way, all that matters is one more game. It's one more game. I feel like singing Les Miserables right now, going, one day more. I don't know the rest of the words, so everybody should be happy with that. Capo Cacolet. You know what? Yeah, Capo kind of seems a little bit like Alexei Kovalev at times. Rangers woke up after Crosby left. Yes, 100%. Dave Dorney in the house. Dave Dorney is the brother of my best friend, so I got to say. And by the way, Dave's a hell of a guy, too. So, ladies, that's a guy you should look at. But, Dave, I wish you were watching this game with me right now. Bailey Rogers. You think something will happen with Trouba with that hit? I'll tell you this. No penalty was called on him. He might get a fine. If he gets a suspension, then we got to talk. Because, look, here's the thing. And a lot of, I've been tagging a lot of Penguins fans in this. And a lot of them have been, some have kind of ripped on me. Some have been great for conversation. I want to compliment the ones that are great for conversation because I want to say this. if the perception is that the referees are against someone, then you have to worry about that. That being said, if the NHL considers that a headshot, they have to suspend Trouba. So it's a 50-50 thing. I don't know which one to go with on that. I don't want to pick where to go. So it's just that. Mr. Fantastic. As soon as they scored the first goal, they relaxed and just played. Yes. Yes, they did. And by the way, I do want to say this. I know you had the Rebel symbol on there. So Rogue One, good. I actually like The Last Jedi. So I know this from watching all yours with Filip. By the way, everybody, again, Filip is still very much part of Big Apple Hockey. He's just working a lot. So don't worry about that. I want to reassure you on that. The kid line, though, Matt Brown, you were 100% right. That kid line is just doing a great job, which is proving sometimes experience isn't the thing. You need that experience in net. It's just what it is. And I tell you what, Igor still doesn't look like the dominant Igor that he was throughout the entire season, but he fought through it tonight. Let me give you an example. The New York Mets used to have a pitcher named Bobby Jones. And Bobby Jones used to battle through his if he didn't have his stuff, his curveball, his fastball, his slider, he would still battle and still sort of somehow pitch 7 innings. And you'd say, how the hell did that happen? Well, Igor Shesterkin did that tonight. So, David, hey, no, I'm in timeout in Hicksville. And to be honest with you, I would show the rest of the bar, but they had New York sports-itis, as I like to call it. Because, after all, you guys know this as well as I do. I've been a bartender for years. But hold on. Wait, Nicole, can I get a Let's Go Rangers out of you? Because after all, this is my friend Nicole. She's wearing the Mika Zibanejad shirt that Big Apple Hockey will be selling. But
let's go Rangers.
There we go. So, by the way, she wore that shirt both times that the Rangers won. I am not taking that shirt back. That is my shirt, but I'm not going to argue about that. Okay, so, but we can at least admit this, guys. When we're New York fans, if you're afraid your team's going to lose or be eliminated or embarrassed, you stay home. It just happens. I've seen it too many times as a bartender over the last 14 years while watching the sport. And I've been that fan, but I'm that fan that stays to the end. Are you that fan? Put it in the comments right now. Where you're Homer Simpson watching Santa's Little Helper try to finish the race and then realize, screw this, I'm going home. Enzo, you are 100% right. First off, Enzo, Matador, I read your next comment. You're 100% right. Keep Patrick Nemeth out of line. Patrick Nemeth is totally useless. He really is. They would put a one-legged dog on defense before Patrick Nemeth. I mean, I'm being complimentary saying this. You got a guy that can't play. You're playing 7th defenseman. Yet, he got injured in the middle of the game, and yet still the Rangers went with anyone else but Patrick Nemeth. I didn't look at his timesheet. I guarantee it's below 4 minutes. You might as well have made him a healthy scratch. Scratch Patrick Nemeth. And while you're at it, shoot him on the way out. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. No. Sorry. I just got Big Apple Hockey banned off of YouTube, so sorry, guys. We had a great run. Am I sure Nemeth is still on the Rangers? Sorry, Mika Zibanejad. You know what? I'm not sure. Mika Zibanejad is miscast in his role. The number one role for the New York Rangers next year should be get Mika Zibanejad off being a matchup center. Make him a guy they match up against. Instead, You got to match up against Sidney Crosby, one of the greatest of all time. What are we doing? Or what are the Rangers doing? Spoiled with 2 lives in one day. Yep. By the way, Chris G, once again, thanks for coming down, the Boss Kirkers. Yeah. Yeah. Nemeth is a stay-at-home defenseman. Guess what we should do? Stay home. All right. I was hoping Reeves would mix it up with someone tonight. Yep. I was hoping too. I was hoping anything would happen. By the way, was that TV behind me off the entire time? Look, I know I'm a little bit narcissistic with the picture behind me. Look, you got, first off, by the way, everybody, I'm sorry that you got double the mark. Kind of. But this was the better one. As a friend of mine texted me with a little bit of a relief. Rosie, you're 100% right on that one. You know what? The New York Rangers have been in situations like this before, guys. I know 3-1 is a tough pill to swallow. I was told by a couple of Pittsburgh fans, stop worrying about the game 1 goal. And to be honest with you, I'm not. I'm not anymore. Now Filip got his moment. So, look, things could have been different at 2-2. But now, let's see how it goes. Rangers win 1 road game, just 1. They have a chance of winning this series. That's all you need to do. David Cohn would be better. Oh, my God. Well, David Cohn was great. And by the way, David Cohn is a New York Met. Legendary. David Cohn is a New York Yankee. Just really good. But he won 3 championships. Wait, 4 championships as a New York Yankee. No, Nemeth was the key. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Look, somebody's got to lay the body on Guentzel. And if somebody is doing that good, 6 goals in 5 games against a team, no. Put him down. Put him on his ass. Is it 6 or is it 7? Because he had a goal in every game and 2 in game 1, 2 tonight. Anyway, whatever. See sports. By the way, again, put your link down below so everybody can see it. By the way, in junior hockey, I got my back messed up by somebody from Princeton. Oh, wait, I was at Princeton. Somebody from Miami messed up my back. They body slammed me on the ice. All right. Yeah, that was a terrible pass for the 3-1. So, LIKK. Dressed 7D, played 6. Lindgren wasn't able to keep going. Yeah, but fortunately, Lindgren was able to keep going. LGR. Matador. You know what I love about your comments, by the way? Your great discussion. Lafreniere has progressed so much further than Kakko. It's laughable. And he's done it in 1 less of a year. Kakko should be used as prime trade bait on the offseason for much needed experience. Okay. Here's the thing. Kakko had bad coaching because no matter what, even the fake David Quinn account was. By the way, if you guys didn't see that, I got duped by a fake David Quinn account earlier. But Kakko should be. If you give up on Kakko, you're going to regret it the rest of your life. Kakko is going to be Alexei Kovalev 2.0. He's going to be Todd Bertuzzi. He's going to be one of those guys that when they trade him, you look back and go, what the hell were we thinking getting rid of him? That's what it's going to be. That's just what I think about Kakko. He's got the size and the ability to dominate. The first thing we should have done was fire David Quinn when he started benching him against the Calgary game. Because the guy had 6 goals in 7 weeks as a New York Ranger and then suddenly couldn't do anything. And by the way, look, I'm all in favor of teachers. I was talking about with Staff by Steven yesterday about Cleon Jones having Gil Hodges walk all the way out to left field to pull him from the game. Wow. It's just there are so many things that I gotta say with that. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, C Sport says, dude, I love Kovalev. That was a compliment. Yes, but I mean, was it a compliment? Because Alexei would become kind of asleep half the season when he was a New York Ranger, and then wake up in crunch time. And by the way, Alexei Kovalev, I love him with all my heart. I really do. Out of all the players I ask questions about, it's just that from October to January, he was one of the worst players I ever saw. And from February to April, and sometimes I was fortunate enough to say June, he was one of the best I ever saw. So when I say that, I will never hate Alexei Kovalev. As a matter of fact, I'd vote him in the Hall of Fame right now. He does have Hall of Fame numbers. Lafreniere is turning into a playoff hero. Yes, Rob, you are right. How do I pronounce that? Is it Watto? Are you like the hero of Total Recall? Watto? You're Watto? All right, just making sure. But I bartended in a movie theater. First off, by the way, nice. Was it called MacGuffins? Was it AMC, Dave? But still, you get a good movie theater, you could bartend at. Anyway, you can bartend at and know your people. It's good. Think GG heard the whole family? No, yeah. Well, you know what? Again, Gerard Gallant, he would have taken a one-legged dog over Patrick Nemeth tonight. C Sports, yes. And by the way, again, I sing his praises. Check him out because we're a hockey community. That's what we do. And like I said, he's going to have me on. We're going to do a collaboration soon enough. Caps down 3-2. Nice. Rob, Heart and Soul Lindgren, yes. Ryan Lindgren is a more talented version of Dan Girardi. And if Phil was here, he might take that as an insult. I'm saying right now, that's a compliment. I think the world of Dan Girardi. I still do. Especially a guy, especially a guy who was never drafted and made the All-Star game. Yep. First off, this is the reason why Big Apple hockey is all about discussion. Even if the Rangers are eliminated tomorrow, which it can't be because they're not playing, but they can't because they're not playing. Sorry, getting text messages right now. But you know what? Capo's the one that made that play, and that's a perfect pass. And that's why everybody needs to relax on Kako because he's going to be great, not good, great. I still wish the Rangers could find a way to keep Andrew Copp and Tyler Mott. I don't know about Frank Vetrano. Tyler Mott's the next guy I would look at and go, all right. Just being some people are saying Trouba might be, you know what? I don't know. I hope not. Like, that came out of nowhere. There was no penalty called. There was nothing came for the play. So if the referees didn't see it, how can you suspend him a game for a guy that's got no record? This is one of those things like Shea Weber shoving a player's face into the glass and getting a $512 suspension or fine. All right, so let's keep going. Dave, this team passes when they should shoot. Yes. That's been there for 20 years. Brayden, all right. Let's go Rangers. Welcome to the show. It was a clean it, okay. You like Cecil Fielder 2.0 or John Casella. If you don't know who John Casella is, look up Field of Dreams. Yeah, no, C Sports, you're right, because after all, I get what he was doing, but it's a 4-on-1. I am the president of the Chris Kreider fan club. You're not gonna find a bigger Chris Kreider fan than me. Maybe oh my god, I forgot Taylor's last name for a minute. But I'm gonna remember this in about 2 seconds. This is the problem with drinking while you're trying to do this. Also trying to do this all from memory. But yes. So I'm very big on Chris Kreider. But no, he shouldn't have shot that puck. 4-on-1. It was a 4-on-1. Look at the play again. John Kim, yes, but you know the one to Bettman? Yeah, of course. Billy Rogers a little eerie the way this 3-2. Yes. Well, yeah. Where is Phil? No. Phil is just working way too much right now, guys. Phil is working constantly on a 1 to 10 shift, and then he doesn't get replays, and then he's trying to do all this. Look, John Filkowski is one of the best hockey minds I know, and he is a great point of view for Big Apple hockey. I try to be the analytical one. Anthony is the objective one. Phil is the in-your-face one. So no, don't worry. Phil is still very much part of us. Kreider. I have no idea who Sebi is. Oh, I think it's Zibanejad, you're trying to say. Yes. Zibanejad desperately needs a goal. God help the Penguins if Zibanejad scores. That still pisses me off, C Sports. Still pisses me off. I was in junior high when that happened. And Truber's not getting suspended, DP says. I hope you're right. Once again, I'm at timeout in Hicksville. I am going to keep drinking this drink right now. Don't worry, YouTube is just water. Anyway. Actually, you actually misspelled that, Zigga. It should be with a CH because you love the chutzpah of the line tonight. I should know I was going to marry Jewish. That is true. There are certain teams that have won without really experience. I mean, the one I'm thinking of is kind of the Carolina Hurricanes, but they had guys that had experience of losing. Bobby Jones is one of the most frustrating of match pitchers. You're right about that. Patrick, hey, welcome back again, because after all, I could definitely recognize that avatar. Yeah, I'm in Hicksville. You want to come on down right now? Come on down right now. This is where I live. I used to live, I grew up in Hicksville. I then moved to Belmore for 5 years. Then I moved to Wanda for 2 years, Seaford for 1 year, Belmore for 2 months, North Belmore, I should say. And then I moved back to Hicksville when my fiance dumped me. That wasn't supposed to be a sad story, by the way. The first line needs to step it up. Yes, because here's the problem. The first line is up against a Crosby line. You can't ham them against a Crosby line. That would be great. You know what would be much greater? If Igor scores that empty net goal in Game 7. Oh, all right, yeah, come on down. No, seriously, sign off. Come on down. I'm going to be here for another hour at least. All right. Always stay to the end. Yes, Dave. Yes, absolutely. Stay. You know what? It reminds me of one of my favorite Simpson quotes of Marge Simpson looking over at Homer and saying, "My mother always said, even if you got to stick it out, even if you pick the loser." And Homer starts picking his ear, and she just looks forward and just says, "To the better end." All right. Woo! Look, Igor's still not completely himself, but I think he was more himself tonight than he was the last couple nights. And he did that. Let me give some credit to Igor Shesterkin right now. For everybody that wanted to say start Georgiev. Shesterkin is your past, your present, and your future. They didn't jettison Henrik Lundqvist for nothing. They did it to give this kid a shot. They were throwing their chips all in. We've all played poker, or most of us. And when you got a great hand, like Igor Shesterkin, shove your chips all in. And come on. It's all you need to do. By the way, I'm just going to fix this background for you guys because there we go. Although I switched it to Big Apple Hockey on the bottom, and now nobody can see it anyway. Let's keep going. All right. David, you know what? Let me reassure you this. They score 4 goals if you're watching or you're not. Okay? So don't worry about that. So just keep watching. Just watch to the bitter end. 16 seconds. One shift, 16 seconds. First off, Ziga, it's always great to have you on. First line needs to become the third line until they improve on our only guy that pull out of the effort. Well, yeah, but Frank Petrano is always guy that's got to get the effort because the rest of them are superstars. Ben's Lover 2008. Wah. Well, you know what? Look, I can't argue with you. That was me half the series. I was crying. I was crying about the Chytil goal. You know, I'm not as crying about it anymore because you know something? The Rangers had too many problems to really have the Chytil goal be a problem. I mean, really. Like game 4, like the Penguins nearly kicked the extra point. All right. Nemeth with the AC. That way it won't be much of a yeah, he should. Because after all, like there is a team that'll take on Patrick Nemeth. And I think it's going to cost the Rangers a 3rd round draft pick. That's what I think. So there you go. Good to see Malkin circa 2012 versus the Flyers tonight. Yes, you need to do that to Evgeny Malkin to let him know you're a piece of trash. And by the way, obviously it didn't fall. He didn't fall for 2009. The rest of his career he did. Denisa, hey. You know what? I'm happy that the bars were empty tonight for that one reason. A lot of bars, like I said before, guys, let me throw this out at you. No matter who it is, Rangers, Islanders, Mets, Yankees. Actually, Met fans, second most loyal fans I know that go out to games. Jet fans, number 1. I think it's because they have no other reason to go out. But it's like guys, just go out to the game. I understand if you're embarrassed wearing your Lafreniere jersey and watching your team lose. Hell, I spent an hour and a half watching this team. I think it was going to lose. And I'm doing a post-game victory show. I was ready to do a post-game show from my house instead. Instead, I got one of my friends who said, why don't you come and hang around with me? So there you go. All right. No, I don't. I think Miller's been the best defenseman in this Rangers series. Hands down. Double the mark. All right. Tomorrow on Big Apple Hockey on the Facebook page, I will post a picture of my playoff beard. You guys can tell me that. Let me ask you this. Can you groom your playoff beard? If that's true, then I am a fraud. That is what I would have to say with that. And by the way, if the Rangers win this series, I'm sorry, I'll grow the beard back. Well, first off, the refs were terrible. The refs have been terrible in every game of the playoffs, period. They're always terrible. C Sports, you're right about that. Congratulations. It's almost like Vitaly Kravtsov said last year. He's like, what is my what are your thoughts of your first ever NHL goal? Which one? Bro, stops. I brought out my Budweiser light or cup light. I didn't bring out the actual goal light. It takes too long to set up. John D. Lee, always great to see you. Every time I ever see the belt, I know I'm in for a good time. Kako's vision on last goal, yes. You can't give up on Kako. You can't. And by the way, here's the other reason why you can't give up on Kako. Because he's going to be that good. He's going to be that good. Like, that's just my feeling. I'm watching this guy, and I hate to be a scout that just says never give up on somebody, but they always do. Mikey, what cap do we have to make the Calgary trade for? We need controlled players. Yeah. All right, look, if it's Marc Chytil, it's not going to happen. As Statboy Steven and I went over, they got $6 million. What are you going to do with that? Shake a dick at that. That's what you're going to do. Rangers are going to be a top-heavy team next year. Just my thought. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Get a good defensive center. That's what you got to do. Think about the Rangers if they got Filip right now. Filip would match up against Sidney Crosby. Then that would enable Zibanejad to go up against Evgeny Malkin. Evgeny Malkin ain't Sidney Crosby. And by the way, guys, I know I'm doing this a little bit inebriated, but I still know what I'm talking about. By the way, any Pittsburgh fans, you know what I'm talking about. You can agree with me on that one. Sidney Crosby is one of the best two-way players of all time. I still have him as the sixth best of all time. But that's a different story. You guys, throw it in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Yzerman, Sakic, Richard, whoever you want to throw at me. I'll throw Sidney Crosby as number 6. All right, Sean, that was great. He had more talk. Yes, he did. Yeah. 5-3, 4-2, same thing. Laffy is an absolute keeper. I know everybody's throwing out the hypotheticals right now about do you trade Laffy for the number 1 pick? The number 1 pick is Shane Wright. Shane Wright comes over to the Rangers. I have an entry-level contract with an entry. No, you don't do that. The same way, the better question was years ago, somebody asked me, would you trade Leon Draisaitl for the number 2 pick being Kakko? And my answer was no. Your hope is that Kakko becomes Leon Draisaitl. Tyler Schutz, let's go. How's Game 6 playing out? Okay. Here's the thing. The Rangers got to be honest with themselves. They're down to 5 defensemen. This is where I agree with you guys. If you're not going to play Patrick Nemeth 1 minute in a game, and I've been in those moments, if I'm not in the game, bench me. As both a player who wants his team to win and as a player with his pride. Because sitting there on the bench the entire game is an insult. Get him off. Move him up to the next team. If you guys want to know, 1995, I encountered that with my high school hockey team. And my coach was good to do it. but never played me a shift. I think I might have gotten one. Trying to remember. But I never got played a shift. And we ended up winning. I ended up sitting the rest of the series and being happy for my teammates and celebrating with them. And trust me, I was a better player than that. But that's just my take. All right. Tell you want me to do a shot? All right. On. John. 2 shots of Jameson, me and you. They're asking me to do a shot. All right, we're going to do one right now. Moving on. Johnny Red. Hey, how you doing? And by the way, how's your back doing? Johnny, that's not happening. There's no chance. I would agree with you, but there's no chance that deal gets in. Actually, I don't know what you mean by that one, Tyler. But hold on, we're doing a shot on the air. One of the guys that's hold on, wait. I got it right here. Aiden, by the way, I just saw you. Yeah. No, not the Aiden. So anyway, guys, hold on. Doing a shot with my buddy John.
What's this stuff called, James?
J. Jonah Jameson, I think it's called. J. Jonah. I want to eat pictures of Spider-Man on my desk.
Playoff hockey.
To playoff hockey. Let's go Rangers. I've done enough shots with you for the Islanders for the last few years. It's like, by the way, what do you do when your best friend or one of your best friends is a fan of your other team? Do you support them? And then, by the way, I can say all my best friends, they're all supporters of the Islanders. Oh, my God. I never realized that until now. All of them. All of my really close friends are all Islander fans. All right. Girardi was a lightweight that played like a middleweight. Yeah. See, but that's the thing. Mike, you're right about that because Dan Girardi was an undrafted free agent who ended up getting to the NHL. The best thing to ever happen in the New York Rangers when Darius Kasparaitis was on the team was when he got injured because they played Dan Girardi. Dan Girardi never left the lineup. And, sorry, guys. By the way, Tyler, I saw that. I didn't mean to go all the way down. I know I'm on TV. I'm on TV right behind me. You know what though? Now again, why would you ever trade Zibanejad? But I know what John's trying to say is that he doesn't think he's the number one center that can do both. But again, that's part of the problem. He's mismatched as a matchup center. Imagine the Rangers with a matchup center that's half the price of Mika Zibanejad or half the price of Brian Strome because you can find them out there. They're out there, guys. They're out there. You just got to find them. Woo! I'm on TV. Yes. By the way, John D. Lee, you're 100% right. They need more because Zibanejad. I don't know what Taylor Swift means. I probably lost it in the middle of that. Zibanejad has the anti-Kovalev. Yes. Alexei Kovalev. Like, just look at the 94 season. Look at the 96 season. He was just money in the playoffs. If Kreider fakes that shot, passes it for Toronto, we got a goal? Yep. Dave, 100% right. Again, president of the Chris Kreider fan club. I agree. So, anyway. Hey, Michelle, you want to give a shout out? To everybody watching?
Hey guys, welcome.
Yeah. You could be here at timeout with me right now if you want. In Hicksville. All right, Tomas. Capo has played so well. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, Vetrano's there for the big shot. I really like Frank Vetrano. and I hope this is the way the Rangers keep. But I don't know. All right. You know what, Sean? I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I do hope Crosby's okay. However, if he's not, because you want to beat someone at their best. After all, that is what Talladega Nights was all about. Yeah, I just quoted Talladega Nights on a sports podcast. Who'd have thought I was doing that? Aiden, what do you got right here? Penguins fan on Twitter threatening Igor and Fox because of Trouba's. Oh. Look, if we had to scrub all the stupid people off the internet, we're going to be here for a while. I was going to marry Jewish. Well, I was. And by the way, if we had a kid, he was going to be raised Jewish. Or he or she. Didn't matter. I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic. So, yeah, it's a dark story of my life. All right. It should be the kid line against the Crosby line. You know what? So, all right. So here's my question. Is Filip a New York Ranger next year, guys? Throw it down in the comments. We're about 56 minutes. I'm about 10, 15 minutes for cutting this off, which actually is going to be accurate. I'm about 10, 15 minutes. So I was at that game when he pitched that. Yeah. Hey, Dave, who had the only hit off Bobby Jones in that game? I'll give you a hint. It was an ex-Met. By the way, Tyler, I already know about the super chat. Thank you. No, Fox hasn't been himself. And by the way, it's everything that's been on there. Mike, thank you very much for bringing this up. By the way, everybody, I'm just gonna cut off for here because we got this graphic to throw up there. Everybody, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and hit your bell but you know what? All the rest of you've been doing one thing. You've been dropping a comment. That's what matters more. I don't care if the like is in front of my face. Leave a like. Like, I know I'm not as good as Filk at this. Or Anthony. Both those guys are made to be talk show hosts. I'm not. I'm the one that does the funny videos with the cut-ins in there. Yeah, as you watching the Mets game instead, he'd be very disappointed. Tired of Zibanejad pulling another. Unfortunately, but yeah. Well, because I think here's the reason why I think Zibanejad does that, Richie, because I think he's so focused on the defense, and against some players, he's good, and against some players, he's invisible. Malkin is way too easy to rattle. Yeah, he is. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe that is. We need to resign Needle. If not, here go. No. Dear God, not in the JT Miller. Do people not remember JT Miller being lost at his own defensive end? Honestly. JT Miller was always lost at his own defensive end. Do I think JT Miller's a good player? If you're going to say a good player, yes. But a quality player, the one this team needs to win the Stanley Cup? No, please, no. I agree with you 100% on that, Rich. You know what? The great part is when you're at the bottom of the heap, I would tell everybody who I am a fan of. I did that as a Met fan, by the way. Can we replace Strome on PP1 with Copper? Can we replace Strome with anyone? How many times has Ryan Strome been the wrong answer? And again, just whatever. Tomas, I will tell you exactly where that is. Soon enough. Matador, I can't agree with this because if you cut Justin Braun, it just means more ice time for Patrick Nemeth. Please. Fuck no. PEMJ, hey, I think this is your first time on my podcast, so God, yes. You know what? And by the way, I'm glad you brought this name up because first off, wait, hold on, wait, gotta show the shirt again. There's a Mika Zibanejad shirt. It'll be available through BigAppleHockeyStore.com. Keep that in mind. It's coming soon. All right. So Sergei Nemchinov, a 12th round draft pick to make it to the New York Rangers and be that good. Sergei Nemchinov was a great New York Ranger, not a good one. He had 30 goals his first season. And you know what? He was a defensive center. 30 goals his first season. So, absolutely. Sergei Nemchinov, one of the best values in New York Ranger history. By the way, that's what actually kicked off this channel. It was actually me arguing the best draft picks of all time. You guys can put it in the search right now. The best draft picks and the worst draft picks. Phil argued with me on those, and within 3 weeks, Phil was my co-host. That's how much I believe in John Filkowski. He is a great guy. And by the way, Anthony messaging me on the side, and then the next thing I know, he was a fixture. This is why Big Apple Hockey exists. Otherwise, it would just be me. You guys would not like it if it was just me. All right, sign Colton Sissons. You can sign face-offs. Probably wouldn't cost that much. All right, yeah, but you know what? The Rangers are going to have a lot of fourth liners they're going to have to re-sign. So I don't know about that. All right. Ugh. Sorry. Other way around, Matador for me. And it's no offense to Ovechkin. Crosby's got 3 cups. And in 2 of them, he was a Conn Smythe Trophy winner. Other than that, I will pay respects to Sidney Crosby. Now, what I wish I lived. First off, by the way, I wish I lived in the parallel universe where Sidney Crosby went to the Rangers in the lottery. Because remember, it was a 2006 lottery where every team was involved. Imagine Sidney Crosby with Henrik Lundqvist. 4 Stanley Cups. I guarantee it. Because Sidney Crosby was that good and Henrik Lundqvist was that good. All right. Resign Cobb and Mott if possible. Yeah. John, seriously. Why are you dropping bombs? Or truth bombs, I should say. Tyler, thank you very much. That shot was more than appreciated, and you more than made up for it. I will probably do another one in a little bit. Because after all, I got my friend here and I'm not driving. Oh, no, I can't do tequila right now. I'm doing whiskey. Actually, you know what? This was a glass that they hit. First off, I gotta commend Madison Square Garden for a minute. I went to the game 3 weeks ago versus the Winnipeg Jets, and they gave away these quality cups. I was gonna say glasses. They're not. They're cups. I had 2 of them for 2 beers tonight. A friend of mine gave me this one. It had a spider living in it. Hopefully there won't be one living in my stomach. But, yeah, they're quite good. John, I got to tell you, I really like Filip. And I hope you're right. Because I've said on record for a while, Filip isn't a New York Ranger for too long. Well, you know what, though? Matador, again, you're bringing it. You're always bringing it. And here's my answer to you on this. Same thing I said to Anthony. If you put a backup goalie in net, as a player, I'm going to be more attentive defensively. And that's what I think Pittsburgh has done in this series. Look, Louis Domingue can make a big save. Nobody's worried about that. But can he make repeated big saves? The thing is, when that happens, they will always back up and back the goaltender. And anyone that says otherwise is a fucking liar. So, what I have to say to that. All right. Guentzel has been a Dave, as I said the other night, paging John Druce. Ranger fans, look up on Google, the Druce is loose. I think he had 9 goals. I want to say it was 1987 or 88 in a playoff series versus the Rangers. He is going to, like, Guentzel is in that territory, destroying the Rangers. He makes Claude Lemieux look like a schmuck. Rick also said yes. I forgot what the question was. Unless we're getting Shefty, I think Chytil should be saying, yeah. Well, Scheifele. And again, I understand what you're trying to say with that. They might be stuck with Chytil anyway. There's only $5 million underneath the cap. I'm keeping Andrew Kopp. I don't care. I'm keeping Andrew Kopp. We'll figure out the rest of that. Jeff Kent, no, that wasn't. Wait. The only hit off Bobby Jones. Yes. Jeff Kent, a double. Nice job, Dave. I had a friend of mine just text me and saying that the Trouba hit looks bad. Look, if Jacob Trouba is out the next game, it's not the end of the world. Hey, Z. By the way, I want to think about the cigar that I had last night. I posted on BigAppleHockey.com. If you guys didn't see it, I posted a picture of me watching the NHL playoffs, sitting in a hammock, and I forgot having some whiskey on me available. But my God, that is what heaven is. Watching the NHL playoffs in a hammock with a cigar and some whiskey. So anyway, if Chytil's here next year, and I think he's going to be, is because of budget. Number one, I really like Lindgren as a playoff player. I agree with you 100%. Strom out and enter Marc Scheifele. You know what? I think it's going to be hard to get Marc Scheifele when Barry Trotz ends up back in Winnipeg. That's a prediction that we made today. Yes. Well, the good news is they couldn't score on our goalie. And the thing also is, if Sidney Crosby's out game 6, we're looking at game 7, and then anything can happen. I agree with you a little bit on that, but Jacob Trouba still needs to be better. And that's me. I'm an easier grader than Filk. Filk has been very hard on Jacob Trouba. All right. So Reeves needs to give Malkin a shot. Yes, he does. Like Scheifele all the way. I think the world of Marc Scheifele, AZ, you know that. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen, especially with the salary cap open. Strong and open nets. Strong adversaries. As a Bills fan, yep. Yes, they're going to push for Trouba suspension, especially if Crosby is unable to play. Now, the good news for Sidney Crosby is he hasn't been concussion prone since that 2011 year, and they found out it was whiplash, which, by the way, is good for everyone. Because look, as an NHL fan, I want to beat Sidney Crosby. And I was delighted that the Rangers were able to do that 2 years in a row, 2014, 2015, because I didn't think it was ever going to happen. And guess what? It did. And it did it by regular fashion. That's what it means. All right. Okay. Bill's running game is too tough. Oh, we'll see about that next year. Running game varies from year to year, too. Rooney has been so good. Look, I really like Kevin Rooney, but I don't know. Petey's saying he's not getting suspended. John D. Lee, you know I can always count on you. The Drews is loose. Oh, bringing up bad memories. You know what? That's the reason why you're holding the belt. Second line has always been not very good defensively, and Strome cannot finish. Yeah, that's all right. As was I. Ooh, AZ with a good point. Pens player knocked out Mott for over a month. Not a word, and they kept calling Trouba being suspended. Skates were on the ice. Sticks were, yeah. But you know what? Now we're in the playoffs. By the way, Doom, if you're watching, I am very sorry about the bad sign-up. But by the way, it's an Irish sign-off. I've learned it from my boss. All right. Guys, we are at an hour and 12 minutes right now. I've loved every minute of this because I love talking to you guys. I really love talking to you guys. It's so great all the time. And I mean, it's called Marc's Drunken Recap for a reason, guys. I got a couple in me right now, and I'm gonna call it a night. But I really hope I'm doing another one of these next week, and not just doing a wrap up on Saturday, because this New York Ranger team is better. What everything is. By the way, PD, I'm not sure if I saw you on here, so welcome to the show. Oh, Rick, I am definitely just having another Jameson, man. I'm going to go over there right now, have another beer, another shot. I mean, I drove my car home in between the second and third period. God, I love this. God, I love this sport. And when you guys see me doing Marc on the road, you'll understand how much I love this. Because I can't wait to do things like the Winter Classic or the Frozen Four or the Calgary Teddy Bear Toss or the AHL Finals or the OHL Finals. There's so many great things to do with the sport. And that's what I'm here for. It's not just the New York Rangers. That's what Big Apple Hockey's not about. Big Apple Hockey is going to be the attitude. And you know what? I thank all of you for being here at the ground floor because I will always be grateful on that. Always. Every one of you. And even with guys like Blueshirt, who I haven't heard from in Australia for years, months, I mean, but God, we got a great community growing. Let's keep it going. Come on, let's keep it going. So, all right, we're going to cut this broadcast off right now, guys. Friday night, I'm going to be working at Boss Croker's in Wantagh. You want to come on down? Come around down right ahead. The funny part is you'd be like Chris G handing me a card and going, wait a minute, That's who you are? Nope. I got you right now. But wow. I don't know what you make it out of that comment. So, but anyway, guys, thank you all. And David, thank you. Rick, I will definitely have another Jameson. Because you know what? We get to live to fight another day. And as long as there's still a Rangers game to do, we're going to be here. We're here the next day. I really want to tear up that bag. Because I'll tell you guys, I think this season's a success no matter what. I said it. I didn't think it would, but it is. Everybody, thank you very much. Big Apple Hockey. Keep us growing. Keep hitting like. Keep sharing. Keep subscribing. If you want a super like or super chat, that's great. That's awesome. But you know what? Just keep us growing, because we're gonna be here for you. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Are you kidding?